Hello and welcome to Billy Ho Sports. We're headed over to Gulfstream Park, Florida Swing. Obviously, the Florida Derby is the big race of the day, Saturday at Gulfstream. My preview video has been out. Check that out. This preview is for the fillies. Gulfstream Park Oaks is 1.16 miles around the main track. Same five-way split as any prep. 100 points to the winner. 250K purse, I do believe. And as always, you can find videos like this one on my playlists. I have a Kentucky Oaks playlist now. I will add that there so you can find it very easily. So all I ask in return, subscribe, give a like, and maybe leave a comment. Tell me who you like in this race and why. And let's take a look at the field. All right, we are going to jump right into the past performances, but don't worry about it. We're still going to watch the race replays, and we're going to narrow down the field. Stick around to the end for my selections. I don't know if I've got it exactly nailed down just yet, but I got a pretty good idea of what we're working with. So, like I said, 1.16 miles. I always look up top. You got speed, last race, prime power, class, all that. Scalable, ways and means you'll hear a lot from. That's Chad Brown's horse. Let's get directly into it. Power Squeeze, number 1, comes out for trainer Jorge Delgado. Union Rags is the sire. Moving up in class, won the Suncoast Stakes, is actually back-to-back stakes wins for the 3-year-old season for Power Squeeze. Good-looking horse. This one actually broke from the inside 2-post, rode the inside, and squeezed down that rail for a nice cracking win there. So maybe can try to pull that same maneuver off again. I'm sure that would be the plan. So I think the Power Squeeze has got a puncher's chance here. Number 2, Do Gooder as Jenna Antonucci, and is sired by Good Samaritan. Nice win in the maiden last out in the slop going a mile. She overcame you can't even see the race on the race replay. It's pouring so hard at Gulfstream that day. The race doesn't really even come into focus until it's at the finish line where you see her. She's the number 7 horse crossing the finish line in first place. But it was a very, very wild day, I imagine. And it was a pretty easy win for the filly. So it's kind of going to be hard to gauge how she'll do here. Going to need to improve those speed figures, that's for sure. But you can't exactly expect a super fast speed figure in that kind of crazy downpour. Gnome City, I'm going to pass on. It's just the speed's not there. So Ways and Means is the one that is important to talk about, making her 2024 debut for trainer Chad Brown. Sired by Practical Joke, ran second in the last. Good speed. This big monster maiden winner by 12 was huge, but she ran had some trip trouble in this spinaway grade 1 event, but it was a very good race. She was the beaten favorite, but she clipped heels with the winner at the 3/4 pole. She lugged in some during the race as well, but 7 furlongs, so she's going to be stretching out to 2 turns. That could be a challenge. Ways and Means is probably going to be the betting favorite, is first in prime power. Chad Brown, Irad Ortiz up, obviously 8-5 morning line favorite. Number 5 is Into Champagne. Into Mischief is the sire. Ian Wilkes is the trainer. Poor percent win this meet. 5th in the prime power. Poor greatest stakes record too. 6% wins. So that's like 5 wins and 98 starts, so to speak. Mile finished second, 86. That's not going to get it done either, I don't believe. So could not get past the winner in the stretch in that Devondale stakes. So she looked like she had her in her sights, but just couldn't get there. So that was Fiona's Magic. So we're going to jump down to her and talk about her next since we just watched that race. She did hold off her rival into Champaign in that stretch run, just a mile at Gulfstream. But Michael Yates, I like as a trainer, pretty good with fillies. I have a stat on him if you want to stick around for that in a little bit. So Fiona's Magic, definite contender, fourth in prime power. Early speed, definite plus for this speed favoring track. I have not checked the weather. That is something you'll want to keep an eye on. It's obviously can rain at any time at Gulfstream Park. So that you're going to definitely want to keep that in mind. Fiona's Magic is your 6-1. And Jorge Ruiz is the jock. This one is Gun Song, sired by Gun Runner Mark Henning. Johnny V up, highest last race speed rating, won the last race. Best dirt speed is close to the average speed. Sharp workout, all things good. Is moving up in class from the last start. It was a very impressive win in this optional claimer. She made the turn in the 1 mile and was just cruising easily. And then Johnny V just kind of shook her up down the stretch and rode her out to the lengthen the victory by 5. So I think she'll have no problem with the extra 16th. Strong looking daughter of Gun Runner. Going to be one of my selections. You'll have to stick around to see where she lands. America's Vow, I'm not big on. I'm passing. Fiona's Magic, we just spoke of. And now we finish it off with Scalable, trading by Todd Pletcher. As a late closer, so Hot Jock, obviously, Jose Ortiz, Spatestown sire. Failed as the favorite, ran fourth at this 7 furlong sprint in the forward gal, and probably just didn't get the pace to set up any kind of close, but also a little bit distance challenged. I think she likes to stretch it out a little bit, and that's what they're hoping here for Todd. So will that do the trick, adding the extra 1.5 furlongs? We'll have to see. But that's all for that. So anyway, I always benefit from watching the race replays, and it really helps with the fillies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back Gunsong to win the race. I know it's a step up in class, but I think she's ready. I just really like that win in a mile. She just looked like she had just could have just set any fractions she wanted to in that race. Really strong looking filly. So if she can get out to the lead and set some reasonable fractions, she'll be hard to catch. I also like Fiona's Magic for similar reasons. Trainer Michael Yates had a similar filly in Dorth Vader last year, who won the Devon same race. I keep messing this up. Devonadale. So could be interesting. I think if either one of them get out on the lead, they're going to be hard to catch in the stretch. Scalable, just too good to leave off. I think she's got the classiest resume, but we'll have to overcome a speed favoring track. I do like I said, the inside post position for Power Squeeze. I think that's a nice sleeper. And so ultimately, I am semi-fading. I'll still obviously have Ways and Means in the mix, but I'm going to fade for the win. Might get bit for picking against Chad Brown and Irad Ortiz, but I think there's 3 things coming off the long layoff, and there was some injury. I know it was I'm sure she's fine, but she hasn't been 2 turns yet, 7 furlongs. So I'm going to take my chances there. So hope you take some chances too this week. Enjoy the sunshine, and hopefully you're having good weather. Opening day in baseball season, all that kind of good stuff. It's always great. Best of luck this week, and we will see you soon.